What's up, folks? Got another figure I want to show. I got the DC Multiverse Scarecrow figure. It's the DC Classics. Looks really good. They got that old school vibe, like the little skull in there. Got the image on the back of him. I recently reviewed or didn't review. I talked about the Jokerized Superman that McFarlane just came out with. And I talked about I always liked Superman, but Batman had the best villains. You know, they mixed the Joker with Superman. To me, Scarecrow is another one of those great Batman villains. I don't know if you was young, if where I grew up here in the South, there's fields and stuff everywhere. We would actually see scarecrows and stuff out in people's gardens or wherever. And they were always they're so creepy. And especially, and you know, they ain't really nothing, but of course they put the scary face and stuff on the Scarecrow for Batman. And I think of the Arkham games. I don't know if you played them games. Scarecrow and it was so freaky. But they just something about a Scarecrow. It scares the crows away, but I'm telling you, it scares a little kid too. And just the way he does the fear gas, even the way they used him in the movies, he's just one of those great classic characters for Batman. I love the design of the classic. You know, I got the Batgirl not too long ago. I talked about it. It was a classic. It reminds me when I read comics in the 90s. I used to read in the 90s, and that's kind of what they look like. They didn't do all these crazy designs. They look more like this. But I think McFarlane nailed it on the Scarecrow. It was hard to get this one. I couldn't get this one on the McFarlane Toys store. That's where I usually like to get mine from. I've talked about how usually when they ship it, they're better packed. I had to get this one through GameStop, just like I got the Batgirl. Luckily, this one came. It wasn't in too much damage. I don't know. When I get stuff from GameStop, it's usually beat up. My Supergirl was mashed in, or my Batgirl was mashed in a little bit. This one, the top, I don't know if you can see it. It was just a little bit. You can see a little indentation there. It was a little messed up. I'm very picky. I don't like that. But it all came from shipping. But overall, I'm happy with it because I have not seen this anywhere. I haven't seen it in any stores. I have not seen that Batgirl. I may have said Supergirl earlier, but I meant Batgirl. I haven't seen it in any stores. So GameStop might have been the only chance I got at actually getting these. And I'm glad I'm dead. I hope you guys out there got one if you were trying to get one. But anyways, that is the Scarecrow. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. Put it in the comments what you think. What do you think of this design? You know, there's been a bunch of different designs of Scarecrow, but this is my favorite. I love the way this looks. When it just, to me, it's scary, and it's that classic look. What do you think about? I mentioned in the Jokerized Superman video. What do you think about Batman's villains? I think Batman's villains really push Batman as a character because Gotham is just everybody's crazy. And I talked about in Superman. I love Superman too because Superman embodies everything that is good. He reminds me of Jesus. He's kind of a shadow of that. And I love Superman, but his villains to me, even though there's some good ones, they just don't touch the ones of the Batman universe. So I'd love to kind of hear what you think about some of their villains and things like that. Kind of get a little conversation go. But anyways, that's the DC Classic Scarecrow. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great one.